Let's preview the Eastern Conference standings, where the Pacers are going to land in the 15-team conference. Who's going to be at the top? What tier are the Pacers in? What tier could they get into? Shane Young is going to join us to do it all today on the Locked On Pacers podcast.
You are Locked On Pacers, your daily Indiana Pacers podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday, and welcome into another edition of the Locked On Pacers podcast, where we, of course, talk about the Indiana Pacers. As always, my name's Tony East. I cover the team for Forbes, and today we're talking about the Eastern Conference and how the standings could look. It's officially October. The season starts this month, but we recorded this in September, so it still feels off-season adjacent / season starting. The Pacers have started practice on Tuesday. We recorded this Monday night, so if I missed some big news from that on this show, I apologize. We'll get to that the next day, but I have a crazy Tuesday, traveling to Vegas, chasing the fever around, so I thought this was a really great conversation with Shane Young, diving into the Eastern Conference, tiering off the teams. Where do the Pacers land? And every time we get through a tier, we say, is it reasonable for the Pacers to get this high, or would it even this low in the back end? Really fun stuff. Shane and I actually started off in lockstep and then got very, very, very on different tracks in kind of the 5 through 11 range of the East. Really good show. Let's just get right to it. It's still September when you're talking. It's October when you're hearing this. So I guess this is still the offseason. Training camp just started. We have all the injury updates. We know who's missing the start of the season. That's my excuse for saying we have all the information possible. I really just waited way too long to do this. We got to preview the Eastern Conference standings for the what year in a row would this be? 4th, 5th, something like that. The same person back. We're not going to do the West this year because we always talk for an hour and we're not supposed to talk for an hour. It's Shane Young. He covers the entire NBA for Forbes, covers a lot of Suns because he lives in Phoenix now. Used to be in Indy all the time. Shane, hello. Good to see you. How are you?
What's going on, Tony? Great to see you. It's been a few months. I'm not ready for the season to be here because we do the WNBA, but hey, if we don't have a choice, bring it on.
There's a chance by this time this is out that you and I are about to be seeing each other a lot because there's a chance it's Fever Mercury. People will know if it is or isn't when this is posted, but we're talking about the East. We're talking about the standing. Shane covers every team. He knows them well. I have lots of opinions, so I can be a bumbling idiot who ranked the teams as well. And this will be an interesting one to do this because obviously the East has been at least somewhat competitive the last couple of years, different conference champions trying to dethrone the Celtics. Now the Celtics aren't as good, and every team isn't as good, basically. And the team that everybody considered the favorite for a minute, 2 starters are already hurt. So it's the down year East. I've kind of downplayed that. There's been some studies that are like, even at its worst, the gap in conferences is worth only like 3 or 4 wins. But man, I look around, I'm like, this is not a good conference. Like the third best team's going to win 49 games.
And it would be a great conference if the 2 Achilles injuries didn't happen.
Yes.
And 3 if you count Dame. He's out west now. So
that is true. I did tiers. I don't know if you did. I didn't ask you to. But I have 2 teams in my top tier that I think reasonably could win the East. Do you agree with that? Do you have more or less?
It would be 2, but I'd want to sneak the 3rd one in.
So. Oh, I do not at all. I'm not at all tempted to do so. So to me, the best 2 teams are the Knicks and the Cavs. I hope that is your 2 teams because I think I know you well enough to know that they are. And I actually think that conventional wisdom has been that the Cavs will be the best team. They won the most games last year. They're super talented. They're pretty young. All their young guys should get better. And here I am going, Darius Garland's going to miss the start of the season. Max Strus is going to miss the start of the season. They lost some players. They still are mostly going to be pretty good. Lonzo is good, but like unreliable. I kind of think that the Knicks are going to finish with a better record. So I currently have Knicks 1, Cavs 2. What say you?
Why are we going chalk already? I have Knicks 1, Cavs 2. I thought we were going to differ there. I thought you were my buddy Donovan to win 60 games again despite the injuries and stuff. But for me, Tony, the Max Strus one was the proverbial nail in the coffin on that one, at least early, because they can play their game without Garland, I think, for a couple months or so. I think without Strus, which I think it's the Jones fracture, right? Like without him, that's terrible because that's the spacing, the movement shooting, bailing them out of possessions, right? Like, I mean, that to me, that's the bigger one than Garland. That might sound egregious to a lot of people, but
and some argued last year, like, oh, they should start Hunter over Strus anyway. But like Strus still played a ton, and if they start Hunter, great. Then they're relying on Jalen Tyson or who might be good but is unproven, or like some other wing that isn't as good. They lost Isaac Okoro on purpose. So it's just like, I'm not saying that. I think in a series, I would pick the Knicks if the Cavs are healthy. Maybe they'd be better. In fact, healthy Cavs I would pick as the 1 seed, but that's already a lot of injuries. And also, I just love the charisma of Mike Brown. Something makes me, I want it to work, man. I want to believe that he can unlock the Knicks just a little bit more. And I think he can. Go ahead.
No, I just think with the Knicks, there's all these different new components. Mike Brown, as you mentioned, but like, I'm kind of getting this 2021 Utah vibe with Jordan Clarkson now. Like, is Clarkson now going to be this like guy that gives them that extra
locked in
on the bench?
Jordan Clarkson,
right? And that Jazz team won a crap ton of games, the number 1 seed by far. So you know what? I think this Knicks team has all the regular season formula to win 59 games or something.
I thought it was just going to be Plux Clarkson, and I was like, yeah, they're still kind of thin. And then you get Brogdon in, you get Shamet in. Obviously, that was a good addition. They didn't lose a ton. Like, they're better. They're definitely better. We'll see how much the coaching change puts them up, plus or minus. But I think as of right now, yes, Josh Hart's fingers hurt. He's going to play games. I would have the Knicks slightly ahead. This is a Pacers show, Shane. So what I'm going to do is every time I get through a tier, I'm going to say, do I think it's reasonable that the Pacers could reach this tier? And this is probably, I'm kind of spoiling the whole exercise, but this is the only tier that I would immediately go, no, I like even the high end Pacers outcomes. I'm like, it's probably not in the cards for them to reach the Cavs or Knicks regular season win totals.
May I ask, does that change if we see Tyrese Haliburton going through this Jason Tatum type thing where he's now on the court in 2 weeks?
All right, let's talk about that, because a fan has not asked me yet, do I think he could return this year? Actually, I got one comment on that because Tatum's on this mega arc. Okay, a couple things. One, I don't think people realize how far apart game 3 of the second round and game 7 of the finals is. It's like 50 days.
So I went home for Mother's Day, and that's around the time that Tatum did it. So I think he did it on Mother's Day.
Right.
And that is a full month. That's 5 weeks. 5 weeks.
Yeah, it's a long. So first things first. If Tatum returns in 10 months, which would already be a fast Achilles, that would already be like mid-March. So that's 50 days after that, the season's over. So like even using Tatum's timeline that's super fast and aggressive and crazy because he did the surgery right away, Haliburton still wouldn't return this year. So I get why people will ask if Tatum has this freak recovery right after Aaron Rodgers recovered really fast or whatever happened with him. I don't actually follow football enough to know. Yeah, I'm just going to get ahead of that. No, I like even miraculous healing Haliburton, I would not expect to play this year or play in the postseason should the Pacers actually make it. But that would be the way that they would reach this tier. Yes, if they had Haliburton. Let me be clear, even without Miles Turner, if they had Haliburton, I would put them in this tier because they started last season so bad. They could totally win 50 plus if he was healthy. Shane, news, he's not. You have a third team, you said, this high. Mm-hmm. Who is it? I'm believing in the Atlanta Hawks. I am doing it.
This team, they proved enough to me down the stretch. Last year, it's like, okay, like they actually can play coherent basketball around Trey. Like I think he's starting to get it a little bit more. They've kind of rectified themselves. It kind of went dark after the 2021 East Finals run, which, a lot of people, including me, would probably say it's a fluke that year in particular. But things got really rough the last couple of years. But I think now all the additions they made bring in probably, and not even probably, Luke Kennard is the most efficient three-point shooter in NBA history, minimum 2,000 shots. That's nothing to scoff at. I mean, literally Kyle Korver 2.0 on your team now.
He might be their backup point guard.
Yeah. I don't really love him making decisions all the time with the ball, but he can do it. But no, like I guess this is me choosing to believe that Kristaps Porzingis is not going to have some freak sickness or an injury that keeps him out of 40 games this year. If he plays 55, 60, this team should not coast, but they should just scoot into the 48 to 50, 4-win territory, that's going to put you in that top tier.
Okay, I also have the Hawks third. That's funny. I do not have them in the same tier as the top teams. So I buy them for the same many reasons you do. Porzingis is awesome. Nickeil Alexander-Walker is like the perfect fit next to Trae Young as a guard kind of player. It's not like the guys they lost are like so damaging to lose. And oh, by the way, the guy that many I think are wrong, but I get why they argue was arguing is their best player. Missed over half the season last year in Jalen Johnson, and he is back, obviously, and playing. Like, you could credibly argue that Johnson was at an all-star level for a good amount of his time playing last year. Porzingis is a recent all-star. They have 3 levels of all-star talent. Atlanta was like 6th, 5th, 4th in the East, hovering around there until Johnson got hurt, well over 500 in the mix for like that. And then they get Porzingis, they get Alexander Walker, they get Kennard, who just his percentages look crazy, and every coach is like, yeah, I'm not going to play him. I'm like, so what am I missing there? But I'm going to hot take that I think they're going to start Okongwu, but Porzingis is still going to be really helpful for them. They get healthier. I also have them third, but I just can't get like super high yet. Right? We've yet to see a Trae Young team go crazy. There's questions about Porzingis. There's questions about Kennard. Maybe contract year Trae Young is just like amazing. Brad Rowland always points out the stat that he's improved his assists per game every year of his career, which is just crazy because he's been in the league for 7 years.
Didn't he lead the league last year?
He did, yes.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to be the third best team. They have such a good floor because they have good ball handling, and now they have like they could be a better defensive team than offensive team, which is wild to say. And oh, by the way, Dyson Daniels is just incredible. Right. So I also had them third, but I think they're going to lack enough offensive punch and creation still outside of Trae to be just shy of that top tier, but I also had them third. Good.
I could see them just eating up all the other bad teams, but then losing to the top tiers out west and out east every time they play. So.
That is exactly how I feel. I think they're gonna be like, dang, we like can't get a signature win, but like when they play Miami, they just like thump them, or teams like that.
Who was that? Was that last year's Knicks that could not beat anyone that was good?
Oh my gosh! And like they were like up 9 on the Lakers with a minute to go, and I thought, oh, here it comes, their signature win, and then they blew it on national TV, and then they made the conference finals. So who cares, right? But
okay, we agree.
I'm glad you put the Hawks third. Everybody, quick break. We got to talk about FanDuel. The NFL season is here, and FanDuel has an offer that you do not want to miss right now. If you're a new customer on FanDuel, you can bet just $5, and if you win, you'll get $300 in bonus bets. That's right. Pick a bet. Put down $5. If it hits, you'll unlock $300 in bonus bets you can use across the FanDuel app, an app that many people love for a variety of reasons. So many ways to get involved, building parlays, following live games during the action. Everybody loves trying player props. That's why FanDuel has something for everybody. It makes watching football even more exciting when you've got a little something riding on the action. Whether you're a casual fan or love diving into the stats, FanDuel makes the game day experience so much better. So what are you waiting for? Visit FanDuel.com to download the FanDuel app today and get started. Everybody has a crush on a different team in the East that I don't. I thought you were about to have third and we were going to have to talk about, but I also have the Hawks third. That's good. It's an interesting third level of team. Do you have the Magic fourth?
I do, and then this is probably the team that you're talking about that everyone's in love with. Yeah,
it is. I have them fourth too, to be clear, but I'm missing something, and I want just talk about the Magic for a second.
And you know me well. I always lean offense no matter what. Like I can't get there. I like Desmond Bane, one of the best shooters, whether it's staying still, off the move, catch and shoot, whatever you want to ask him to do. I think he could probably lean into more pull-ups. Like I would like to see more of that, and I think this offense is going to need more of that, right? But if you're banking on a 50-win Magic team, or I guess they've already kind of hit that mark, but I guess if you're banking on like a 53, 54-win Magic team, is Paulo taking the next step? Like his efficiency was pretty, I would say, bad last year for a lot of stretches. Like Franz, don't start the year off the way he did last year. He gets started off rough, and then obviously both had injuries, the same injury. So I think this team has the ability to be second. I'm not picking that because I've seen too many games that they finished with 82 points, and it's just like I can't. My eyes are bleeding. I'm hoping Desmond Bane changes that. I like Mosley a lot as a coach, so I think that is something that they're going to be able to eventually get to, but not in 2025, 26.
So Bane is a really good fit for that team. Like I think it makes sense why they got Desmond Bane. And I think they will be better, with him on the team. People are acting like they're just going to make them like a good offensive team. And I think you're right to be like, they had so many games last year where they were like god awful on offense. And so Bane is like, the people who really want to prop it up are like, well, his usage isn't that high, so he's not like taking anything from Paolo and Franz, and he can kind of pass. And like, these are all facts, but like, it's kind of the opposite of what I just said for Trey, where I feel like to raise your floor the most, or to like really elevate a team, you just need like really great, steady point guard play. And they got Tyus Jones, and maybe he could actually like be some of that, but you covered him last year. Like, he's kind of safe. Like, he's not like really elevating an offense. So he's a good player. Like, he'll probably start, or well, Suggs will start, but like he'll play a good amount for them. So I think Bane will make their offense go up more, but not by as much as everybody is saying. And they'll still hit a couple of the same walls they hit. So I think they'll be like the 19th best offense or something. Maybe I'm wrong and they make more threes than I thought. But that is why I'm not quite as in love with them as everybody else, even though I agree with you that they'll be pretty good and they're a couple years away. This is really boring for listeners that we've just been like, yep, totally agree. Every step
I know. And that's the thing. Like, that when the East is this sucky, you're just kind of clear cut. Tyus Jones at this point of his career, I don't think that he is revolutionizing your offense like he didn't for Phoenix. Phoenix was a better offense the year before when they didn't have a point guard, right? So they bring Tyus Jones in, and he was just he was an elite catch and shoot 3-point guy. But that is what he's good at, setting the table. He's not really getting downhill at this point, or all the way to the rim. So I think more so like if Desmond Bane is going to be setting the table, Jalen Suggs as well, but then Tyus Jones as another guy that can shoot. So I think he's more there for that than maybe running your show like a Chris Paul.
If their offense is a lot better next year, I think it's more because like Suggs takes a big offensive leap or Paolo takes a big like passing offensive leap, and not that Bane is like really, really elevating what they're doing. That said, they're going to be so good on defense that they're guaranteed to make the playoffs.
I mean, Isaac, like that whole team has a chance to like a few players on that team has a chance to like really make runnings for all defensive teams and stuff like that. So
yeah. I have two more teams in this tier. Is that crazy?
I think I would say we're gonna differ here. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
All right.
But
Tony's number 5 team. Oh, go. Number 5 team for you.
Miles Turner and the Milwaukee Bucks.
Ooh, not my number 5 team. Okay. I do have them in this tier though.
I think a lot of people have kind of been out on Milwaukee for obvious reasons, right? Like I'm the opposite of a Doc Rivers guy. I think they have really messed up what they had going around Giannis. But I do think that Miles Turner will be a step up in the athleticism department. And pretty much a lot of things across the board than Brook Lopez, who was getting older, right? I worry about the spacing and the willingness to just let it fly at the ranges that Brook Lopez was. I mean, that space things for Giannis, who's just a freight train going down the hill. But baseline, I think Giannis missed a lot of games last year, and they were still right there. You know, would they finish 6th? Is that what it was?
They were 5th. They're
5th. Okay, so that even furthers the point that I think if he has an MVP year or something similar, this team could finish 4th, could finish 3rd. I'm not going to go that rowdy with it. I'd say so 5th in the 45-46 win range.
I think you could really talk yourself into anything with the Bucks, truly.
Mm-hmm.
Giannis missed 15 games last year. If he plays more than that, add some wins. They have Kyle Kuzma for a full season now instead of half a season.
Do they have to?
Subtract some wins, right? Damian Lillard is gone. Subtract some wins. Maybe quite a few wins. But Kevin Porter was decent to good for them at times last year. And I think that to talk about Doc Rivers.
Gary Trent's back. So Gary Trent's back.
Trent's back. Yeah. And I think that for all the flaws Doc has, I don't think he's so obtuse as to what worked for them in the playoffs last year that he won't go right away to Green and Trent together next to Giannis to start the game, especially if they're going to do this point Giannis that they're talking about. So I do think they have good enough floor balance and they have enough vets that like some of these vets aren't going to be good. A lot of them could be washed, but like some of them will be good enough for them. Add some wins for that. Is that enough to offset Dame? Is that enough to offset other stuff? And then obviously Miles Turner is better than Brook Lopez right now. So where does that make them land? Because if it all clicks, I think you're probably right that this range makes sense because they'll have the best player in the conference.
Yeah.
And they'll have a better center than they had last year and like a supporting cast that has proven it works around that best player. They almost beat the Pacers in Indy in Game 5. No Dame and Giannis going crazy. And they like have a better roster than that right now. Right? Like they're capable of something. The point guard theory sticks a little here where like Giannis doesn't I can't quite describe what is missing for me about Giannis's passing sometimes. Like he's a good passer, but not awesome passer. And so they're going to be relying on a lot of like outside of Trenton Green, like hopeful shooters, I would say, and really, really, really lacking secondary creation this year in a way that I'm like, if they're so Giannis or bust that could work because he's that good, but that makes me hesitant to put them where you have them.
If Kuzma is making solid decisions after Giannis draws 2 and he faces the wall, which I got to say, if I'm defending Milwaukee, especially now, I'm throwing the kitchen sink at them. Yep. If Kuzma's making solid decisions, I'm not saying good, they should win a lot of games. I don't think that's going to happen all the time, so we'll see.
Well, I got some news for you. Dude, he's like
you can't dismiss Bobby Portis. I mean,
yes,
there's something to say about continuity with Giannis. He's played there for 10 years now, it seems. But
I think that Kuzma's taught me so much about culture in the NBA because everybody, when he got traded, was like, oh, great. Like, he'll go back to, like, the efforty fit piece he was for the Lakers. And, like, well, one, that just didn't happen. And two, like, yeah, he had a good bubble playoffs. People forget the year after where he, like, wasn't good at all and they lost to the Suns. Yeah. And, like, I'm like, okay.
I think people forget he was on that team. That's what people don't realize he was on the team.
Yeah, he was still there. They traded everybody else for Anthony Davis, and he was still there. Okay, I had Detroit 5th.
Yeah, I figured.
I think I get why people think they could not take a huge step forward. They lost some good vets. Malik Beasley was awesome for them last year. But Duncan Robinson can do some Beasley stuff, and Karis LeVert is a better defender than he ever used to be and is like gives them something. Jaden Ivey is back. We'll see if he's actually that impactful anymore. But the thing that makes me think they'll be better is one, they'll have Asar Thompson for the full season instead of he missed the first like third or something. And two, their whole rotation is players that should just be better by being older. And they were good last year. So I just naturally think this team is going to get a lift with very little change. I don't even have a lot of like deep thought. That's kind of it.
Yeah, no,
more
you're right.
Asar and young guys get better. Good.
Yeah, you're totally right. It reminds you a lot of Houston and their natural development arc, which, funny enough, the twin brother over there. So I think, I could see it. I could see Detroit having a year that, like we were talking about with Orlando, where they are the team that just has home court. And it's because, it's just natural development. But I don't really have a good reason. I'm kind of with you. I think either or any of these seeds are in play for Detroit. I would love to see Cade go all NBA second team. I put him on there this past year, but I think he may end up making third team, if I recall. But man, I worry about the Malik Beasley thing though. Like he led the league in 3-point shooting until the final day of the season. I just don't. For some reason, I don't feel that with Duncan anymore. He could. I mean, I don't think you lose your shooting ability, but I think it's been a while since I've seen that type of tear from Duncan.
I'm a Dennis Schroeder fan, so like I would say Beasley to Duncan's a loss, and Schroeder to LeVert is maybe a little bit of a loss. So you're hoping to basically offset that with Ivy and youth. And like I don't know what to think of Ivy, but like people could make the case that he's just like empty calorie scorer so far. Yeah, we'll see. He's been young and hurt. Like I'm not labeling Jaden Ivey yet.
I've heard that about Devin Booker before too. So
exactly. But we've also heard it about people that it's been correct for, right? Yeah. So we'll have to see. Like I think this is obviously a very big year for Jaden Ivey. So I think they'll be better. I believe in Jaden Ivey. I had him quite high on my board that year. So that's a lot of
I almost put Detroit 7th.
Wow. I'll be very curious who your 7th team is. Okay. I ended a tier here. In this 3 through 6 tier, could the Pacers, if it clicks, do that? I do think that's possible. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I predicted them to win in the 40s anyway. And I don't think any of these teams, sans maybe like a pretty good Hawks here, could get to 50. So yes, I do think the Pacers with a healthy season and things clicking the way they hope could get to this tier.
Okay.
Did that or not?
No, I do. We talked about it a little bit before. I think anything's on the table except for the 38 to win team Pacers. Like that's not on the table. I think go to the bottom or compete and win 44 games. So
yeah, when I analyze the expert predictions, that's one of my takeaways. Is like they're either going to win in the 40s or they're going to win like low 30s because eventually at some point in the season they'll decide what they need to do. They have their draft pick, right? Wink, wink. We all know what I mean,
right?
One more break here, guys. We got to talk about Peloton. Peloton is shaping the future of fitness with the brand new Peloton Cross Training Tread Plus, powered by Peloton IQ. It's the most advanced equipment yet, designed to give you real-time guidance and endless ways to move, whether you're running, lifting, or cross-training with your favorite instructors. This is training reimagined. Peloton is built for breakthroughs with tools that help you plan, stay motivated, and reach peak performance. Their Peloton IQ system offers real-time strength coaching. It actually tracks your reps, suggests the right weights, and corrects your form, making every rep safer and smarter. They have a swivel screen. It's a game changer. You can go from running on the Tread Plus to strength training without missing a beat, plus personalized class recommendations so you can stay engaged in workouts tailored to your vibe and energy level every single week. So let yourself run, lift, flex, and push forward. Explore the new Peloton Cross Training Tread Plus today at OnePeloton, OnePeloton.com. Would you have another team then? You said you have Detroit, almost put Detroit 7th.
Yeah, but I didn't. I have Detroit 6th.
I'm very curious because the team that I would have been tempted a while ago has a major injury, and I'm like, no, I can't put anybody up.
Right. God. Just clip this. Clip this right now so you can kill me in a few months. I'm putting Philadelphia at 7. I'm doing it.
Okay.
I can't quit. It's a drug. It's a drug.
It's a drug, dude. It is.
I think the Paul George stuff is scary at this point now because it's like, okay, why did you? Well, I thought you're going to be healthy coming into the year, and then you got your knee scoped or whatever it was. So it's like, I'm very concerned about that. But I think he'll be back by like November or December. So I don't have a reason except for this has to be the Joel Embiid like. Prove it to me year. If it doesn't work, then you're done. Like you're done. And I love the ascension that we're seeing from Tyrese Maxey. I think that there's another step, another gear there. I would like him to take that next step and hit that another gear, like while the speed is still at John Wall peak speed. Right. I said that because it's you on this podcast.
Love John Wall.
I would love that to happen sooner rather than later. And I just love. I love their draft. I love
I do too.
what they were able to do, and I think Nick Nurse has gotten the raw end of the deal so far. So, kind of hoping for the course correction year for Philly. And notice I'm not putting them 3rd like a lot of people probably might, but it's like 7th for me.
Yeah, I told you before we recorded. I'll say it now. I actually did not rank all 15 East teams. I ranked 14 and just put the 76ers off to the side. Because I have no idea, right? Media Day has not even ended yet for them.
Did Joel say when he's playing?
Media Day has ended, to be clear. But like before Media Day ended for the Sixers, we already found out that Jared McCain's hurt, Paul George is hurt, and Joel Embiid's hurt. I'm like, what's going on here? And so I think the season will be more fun for the Sixers because they could just be like, great, we have Edgecombe, we have McCain, we have Maxey, great, we can do young stuff. Like they didn't add any young guys. They'll play Jordan Wofford more. That's that's better. Like they have a direction at least, but like that's not good. That's not a good team.
And let's you and I remember how many wins it takes just to get 7th. Not a lot.
Right.
Not a lot. So
7th was a 500 team last year in the East. So you got to win half. Can the Sixers win half if Max is leading them? Yeah, maybe. But I have no idea what to make of it.
We got 300-pound Kyle Lowry out here.
If you force me to put so to be clear, I have a teardrop after the Bucks. And I think that I would put the Sixers in this next tier of teams that I have, which does include the Pacers for me, but they are 8th for me. Who do you think my 7th team is?
Miami.
No, it is not.
Oh, Toronto.
It is Toronto.
Yeah.
I'm Raptors pilled. everything went wrong last year, right? They were intentionally sitting Scotty in close games down the stretch last year. Quickly played no games, and Quickly's good. Like, he's not that good, but they paid him for a reason. Quickly's good. Jakob Poeltl's contract is too much, but he's good. Brandon Ingram is an interesting player, but his true shooting is still in the 60s. Like, Brandon Ingram's pretty good.
Wait, is it really?
Yes. Wasn't it
a little
over 60 last year? Not for his career.
That's surprising. Yeah, but
he does take some shots.
Considering a mid-range guy had 60 true shooting is pretty surprising. But yeah,
I would need to check exactly what that was. I hope I didn't just say the wrong thing, but I'm pretty sure it was.
It's 56.
Okay, it was high 50s the last couple years.
Okay.
He played 18 games last year. Who cares? I believe in the assembly of talent and the Scotty Barnes experience. And if they, to go back to the Hawks point, if they have a good point guard for 60 plus games, it will just all look way better, right?
Yeah.
So I like what they're doing. I don't think they're paying too much to be the 7th best team in the East, but their team makes sense and is good. And I loved Quickly with the Knicks, and I'm going to continue to love Emmanuel Quickly until he makes me not. So because they have a good team around him, yes, I am bullish on the Raptors. I'm putting them 7th.
I don't hate it. I went lower just because of the failed belief in Ingram over the years. Like, I don't
get that.
So that's my only reason. But I think people I'm doing the people forget thing, but like Quickly has just gone on the radar for like 2 years now. Like, remember when he was a sensation? It's like now no one really cares.
He had the same trade value as OG Anunoby at one point, like not that long ago.
So there's your rationale for it right there. Don't quite. I mean, I think this is a make it or break it year, and I hate doing this, but I think it's a make or break it year for Darko Rajakovic. Like,
I agree.
You typically coaches don't get a long leash here if you continue to underperform, but he's had reasons, obviously the injuries. So we'll see. But I had them 10, so I'm not going to say that I agree per se, but I can see it.
The year Quickly got traded to the Raptors, he played 38 games, 18.6 points, 6.8 assists per game. Like, he's good. Okay. He's 7 threes per game, 39.5%. Like, he is a good.
Where do you go to college?
No comment.
Okay.
Yeah, Ingram has 3 seasons of his career where he took 6 threes per game and made above league average. He's got to do that. He basically has to do that.
Jesus. I was joking with someone at the Mercury game the other day. Like, I'm fining people if they're passing up open threes. Like, he needs to get fined.
Yes. All right. You skipped the Heat. We'll get to the Heat because I do have the Pacers 8th.
Yeah, and this is where we kind of just have to recalibrate so we know where, so the fans know where we're at in terms of our rankings. Like, I had Detroit 6, I had Philly 7.
Oh yes.
And then I'll go to my 8 here if you want.
Yes.
I'm picking Boston. I think there's just a little bit too much talent for me to completely throw them out of here. And I will say right now, I think you and I are on the same page on injury stuff. I think we are. If I'm Brad Stevens, I'm not allowing Jason Tatum to return.
No,
unless
what's the point?
Right. Unless he looks up and I say we as in Brad Stevens, if he looks up and we're 40-20 after 60 games, it's like, okay, we can win the title. You do it. Absolutely. And that would be around the All-Star break at that 60 game mark. That's not going to happen for this team. So if they're hovering around 500 or maybe 2 games under, shut them down. Say you're coming back 120% in October. Deal with it. Sorry, we love you, JT. He's not coming back. But I think Anthony Simon's going to have a hell of a shooting year. I would say if he's still on if they are committed to having him for the year, right?
He's on the team.
Right. If he's on the team, I could see him pushing, for the most makes in the league because of how Joe Mazzulla coaches and because of how much Anthony Simons gets him up. So I worry about this team's defense. They're not going to be good on defense, I don't think, but too much talent. They're going to win more than 38 games and be at 8th.
It's just, I can't do the belief in the Queta, Boucher, Garza front court. That's not a good front court at all.
No.
Maybe that's what it is. Hauser might play the 4, I guess.
Hauser will play the 4. Hauser will play the 4, yeah.
Yeah, right. That's a bad front court. Hauser's fine, but
yeah.
I get that their guards are good. They have a lot of good ball handling. Like they're not going to be a joke,
right.
But I'm like, your defense is going to be bad, like bad.
But do you also see that like they're still going to lead the league in 3-point volume despite Jason Tatum being out? Like yes, I think they will be a 8th to 10th best offensive team in the league because of volume. Like it might not look the best, but hell, they were 2nd or 3rd last year in offense. I think they can still be a top 10 offense because of
Peyton Pritchard's going to make the All-Star team.
Derek White will make the All-Star team.
Derek White might make the All-Star team. Yeah. Like if Baylor Shireman's good,
your eighth was you haven't got to it yet.
My 8th was the Pacers. Is the Pacers?
Oh, the Pacers. Got it. Okay.
Even without Haliburton, Nembhard should be better. Mathurin should be better. Walker should be better. Shepard should be better. Jackson, we'll see. Huff should be better than last year. I'm missing somebody. Neesmith should be better. So outside of like a drastic Pascal Siakam drop off, that's not a bad team at all. Like that's clearly
I have them 9th.
9th is reasonable to me. Wow, I can't believe we haven't said a certain team yet. So it's so hard for me to imagine. This is another difference between when I talk about the gap year Celtics and Pacers is like the temptation for a team like that would be to like play young guys and like see where you land standings wise. The Pacers rotation is their young guys, right? So like it's the same thing in a way that it's not for Boston. So I think inertia for them will be better. I think they'll be better than the Celtics. A lot of it is on Nembhard being pretty good, and I think he can be.
What kind of season do you see in terms of like accolade or not? I guess like for Pascal, is it like
I'm running on him right now?
Okay, good. I'll leave that. I think he could have a freaking monster year, but
he's the key to it all. If he is not, he's been a number one option at times before, but not a lot, right? And those teams were good one of the 2 times, but not both times.
The bubble year. They were really good. Yeah.
They were, yes, exactly. But then he was bad in the playoffs that year. But yeah, they were good that year with him as the number one option, like pretty good. So I know it's possible for it to happen. I just wonder what it will look like, right? He's gotten better since then, but like, can he do it now at this age and with more defensive demands and things of that sort? But he is everything for the Pacers, like leadership, scoring, passing, defense. He is everything for them to be any sort of decent.
I think it goes without saying too that any minor injury scare for him or any of the or Nembhard or anybody, like I'm shutting it down immediately. Like,
yes, I do think it's reasonable for the Pacers to be like, "Oh, you hurt your thumb? Go sit over there for 3 weeks," or something, something to that effect, right? But yes, I think a healthy Pacers will be still I'll tell you now. 42-40 was my official Pacers record prediction. Okay. Mostly just so I could say I picked them to be over 500, but I'm going to pick them to win half their games.
Okay. I don't even know where I would put them on that, but yeah, I got them 9th. So yeah, I think we're kind of, if you have that, like we're kind of saying the East is going to be pretty solid in that mid range there.
I think they're just going to have so many 38 to 48 win teams.
Okay.
But no, the top 2 obviously, but like way fewer very good teams in the West.
Yeah.
Or there'll be 5 or 6 50-win teams, I would imagine.
Yeah.
We haven't said Miami yet, which at one point I was 10. Like, oh, I'm kind of into this, I guess. They got Norm Powell for free, and now I'm like, oh, Tyler Hero's out for 12 weeks. Okay, never mind. They're not going to be very good.
I just worry. I mean, I really do believe that this could be like a 26th ranked offense or 28th.
Yeah, with no Hero, it's like, oh, God.
Yeah, and Bam, I think we've seen him stretch to his absolute limits. There's no this idea that he's just going to go like average 22 and like 22 and 15 and be. No, wait. I say that I don't even know what he averaged last year. I don't know what he got himself into just on rebounds and junk possessions. But like I think that when his mid-range shot's not falling, they're in deep trouble. And yeah, I don't like the shooting this team has. Norm can rectify that though. I mean, he took a lot last year. He had the biggest surge, the biggest improvement for any guard that's past 30 years old in NBA history. Wow. Just offensively.
I remember you wrote a really long story about him when I was like, oh, Norm could kind of be maybe an all-star. Yeah. Here's the thing about Norm Powell, though. Part of the reason that he didn't make sense on the Clippers anymore is like he does not pass very well.
No.
And people are like, oh, perfect. They have Norm Powell to replace Tyler Hero. I'm like, that is not the skill set to replace Tyler Hero. He's a great play finisher. He is not a juicer for other guys.
I'll tell you where he's great. Where he's great as well is if this team had Jimmy Butler to break down actions, right?
Awesome.
Right. Secondary creator, catch it, pump, attack closeouts. I mean, this team would be where they were in the 23 era, but hey, this is the life that this is what they're dealing with now. And hey, I don't feel that bad for them. I'm sorry.
I have the Celtics 10th, and I have one more team in the tier. Do you think I'm crazy to do so?
Yes, because if it starts with a C, I can't do it, man. I can't do it.
The city starts with a C.
I know, and I can't do it. I can't do either of those teams. So,
I just think Chicago's going to be fine. They're not going to be awful. Their young guys will be better, but they're the same team. Like they're just, we know what this is.
Whatever we said about the Bulls in the last 4 episodes of the last 4 years of this.
I believe Dan Feldman researched that if they win 38 or 39 games, they'll be the first team ever to have 4 straight years within 1 win or 2 wins. I can't remember what it was. It's something insane. Like they've been the same record every year, and there's like no major change to their rotation.
You could have fooled me. I thought the Oladipo years, like I thought the PG and then going into Oladipo would have been around the same. They
were good, right? But they were like 55, 50, 48. You know, they were like, there was like at least a real spread. The Bulls are like 39, 38, 39, 40, 39. Like it's just like.
I have them for clarity's sake. I have Boston 8, Indy 9, Miami 10, Toronto 11, Chicago 12. So.
That's right. You ranked Philly. Yeah, I'd have Philly in this tier as well, I guess, but probably in the Boston.
And hey, call me a bad NBA analyst, call me a bad NBA follower. I'm resigning from talking like in depth about the Bulls anymore until I have a reason to. I'm just not doing it.
Kobe White's good. He's just shy good enough to like really dive into them.
Published story. Kobe White's good. Published story.
Kobe White's pretty good. Yeah. And they can't extend him. So like they probably have to trade him. Buzelis might be something. We'll see. But other than that, I'm like, all right. Follow me next summer.
Giddy. He's fun.
He's fine. I actually think that contract is okay, even though everybody else kind of hates it. Like he's fine. Yeah. He's probably a starter on most teams. It's fine. That is the end of my tier of play-in hopefuls. Although I have to say something, Shane. Okay. I have to say something embarrassing. I'm kind of in on the Hornets. I kind of think they're going to be okay.
God.
Let me make the case.
Okay.
For the Hornets could be in the play-in range. I don't have them there, but I think they could do it. It's
Thursday, end of case. I don't know.
End of case. They're the Hornets. LaMelo missed so much time. If he which this doesn't happen, but if he plays 60 games, Brandon Miller's good player. Yeah. Miles Bridges is a solid player. Colin Sexton and Spencer Dinwiddie are like, you kind of chuckle saying those names as additions, but their backup guards last year were just awful. The guys that were playing instead of LaMelo. It was like
I could see someone going to get Colin Sexton though.
Nick Smith, Vasilije Micic, like these are Isaiah Wong, Ba, like these are not good players. They'll have real guards handling the ball behind the ball or instead of him. So their floor is just immensely higher to me. So even though I don't think they'll be good. I think they will be like a credible real team this year. And I think they're the most likely of the crap teams to get into the like, oh, okay, range this year.
Yeah, the Colin Sexton thing's interesting. I don't know, man. Like he was really good when he was when he was in the Utah stint. So I think I can see it, but no more than like 34 wins. Like I really can't see anything more than that. And
well, I left out something big, by the way. I should add.
I left out something too that their centers are now in Phoenix.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. They have no centers.
Mason Plumlee is now reliable.
Yeah, Diabate and Mason Plumlee is not a good rotation.
They're going to start. They're going to start Musa.
He's good. Musa's good. They'll probably play Kalkbrenner. Like they drafted him. Okay, yeah, that's not good. They traded Yusuf Nurkic this offseason, and that was their best center. It's like, oh man,
is he in Utah?
Yes, he is on the Jazz. There's a lot of guys this year that got moved.
What a front court! Kevin Love and Yusuf Nurkic.
The Hornets have some names that are
boy.
like, let me remind you that this guy happens to be on the Charlotte Hornets right now. Ready? Pat Connaughton is on the Hornets.
Okay.
I think he's probably going to get
NBA
cut.
champion Pat Connaughton.
NBA champion Pat Connaughton. I bet he gets cut. We'll see. Grant Williams is on the Charlotte Hornets. Remember that?
I knew that one.
I did forget that one until I was diving into the Hornets earlier this summer. So they have enough like real vets. Josh Green's on this team still.
Okay, but
Trey Mann's on this team. That's another one. Trey Mann got hurt and played like 15 games last year. Their
Tony,
ball handling floor is so much higher. I think they will be okay. Last year they were bad. This year they will be okay.
You could have made a better case though than for picking your former team and the Wizards. Like
no.
At least with the Wizards, CJ McCollum just said he's going to have the best year of his career.
I'm sure he is.
Okay.
I'm sure Will Dawkins will let him do that and not immediately sit him on the bench if he's playing really well.
I don't know with that team. But no, for sake of argument, I got Washington 13, Charlotte 14, Brooklyn 15.
Yeah, the Nets might win like 9 games. That'd be horrible.
You got Cam Thomas on a qualifying. You got MPJ getting fined for comments, which should start happening immediately. Every time he opens his mouth, the league officer just fine him. It's bad. So
not a good summer for MPJ.
No. Every day I scroll Twitter, and this is my fault.
Yeah. Also,
every day
where are these podcasts that he's on coming from? What are these shows?
It's his show.
They probably say that about me, to be clear. So, like, who am I? But like, I'm like, what is happening? He's in someone else's house like every day.
Everyone has a show, like
including me. Who am I to talk? The Wizards are so like they have so many guys that it's impossible that none of them are good at some point, but not this year, right? Like Koulibaly, Whitmore, AJ Johnson, Bub Carrington, Branham, Champagny, Keyshawn George, Trey Johnson, Alex Sarr. Like one of them is going to be solid to pretty dang good, but not yet. And Kispert's like the worst defender in the NBA, and Middleton and McCollum are like just here for now. So they're fun and interesting. They're just going to be bad. They just are.
Someone needs to write a book about the sad ending of Chris Middleton. Like that is the most.
It might not be. Look, give him one more chance. Let the Wizards trade him somewhere else. Give him one more chance because that dude, Pacers fans will tell you, he was the best player on the Bucks when they played them in the playoffs 2 years ago.
Game winner after game winner.
He was amazing. I would like to hear from him one more time, but like his salary's kind of high. It's got a tough trade, but I would like to see him on a contender at some point this year.
Send him to Orlando somehow.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Hawks would be fun if we're just thinking about teams we talked about today. You know, it'd be like if you called the Bucks right now, we're like, we'll give you Middleton and a pick swap for Kuzma, and we'll give you AJ Johnson to be like, yeah, great. Like, why did they do that? That's just a stupid trade.
I get Chris back.
Yeah. Sorry to the Nets. I don't have anything nice to say about the Nets. They went to be bad this year. God. And I should have done this backwards. The Pacers can't be as bad as these teams. They can. No. There is no way the Pacers will be as bad as the Wizards, the Nets, probably not the Hornets. Honestly, I think the Pacers have a really high chance of being better than the Bulls too, but we'll see.
They will.
Yeah, I think they will be too.
Yeah.
I can't say 100 like I can with the other 3 teams, but like or close to 100, but it's pretty close.
As long as you tell me the Indy's still going to shoot a lot of threes, like somehow going to manufacture a lot of threes without Hallie, like I'll believe it because Chicago manufactures none. So
yeah, they take a lot. They're not good threes, but they certainly take them. They're not good looks or by good shooters, but they get up. they are towards the rim. Oh, the East, doozy. I can't wait to be yelled at. I think a lot of Pacers. Go ahead.
Who wins the conference in May?
Oh, I think healthy Cavs are the most likely conference winner. But man, they just are so pathetic in the playoffs every year. So it feels weird to say. I think that anyone Bucks and up, honestly, I could make the case to win it. I don't know if I see a path for Detroit to win it, but everybody else Bucks and up, I think, could win it. I will say the Cavs, but I don't know if I really feel it.
Yeah. I'm taking best coach team. That's Kenny Atkinson. I think I think.
Can I poke a tiny hole? Okay, let me start with this. I love Kenny Atkinson. Love Kenny Atkinson. His series against the Pacers was his first real series. He had a series with the Nets in the bubble. They were bad. Who cares? And then they played the Heat. Who cares? They sucked. His first real series, good team versus good team. He got
out coached.
Smoked. Yeah. He got smoked, man. So he's gonna and I get that his team was hurt, but I would like to see Kenny Atkinson win one series where I'm like, okay, good job. And I know he's done this with Golden State in France. Like, I know he can do it. But I just want to, like, my brain just really wants to be like one time, man, just once.
Yeah.
And if he heard me say, I'd be like, dude, shut up. Right.
And considering the podcast, I have to amend that statement. Obviously, the best coach team in the conference just won't be there because it's Rick. But yeah.
Yeah. Could the Pacers win the East? No, I don't think so.
I feel like that's got to be your content every day until like the season starts. Like,
I keep thinking about saying this. Listeners, let me know if you'd enjoy it. If at the start of every show I said you're listening to Locked On Pacers, a show about the Eastern Conference champions, and I just do it the whole season.
Yeah,
I should do that, right? That'd be fun.
Right.
They are the Eastern Conference champions. Give me one take about a West team that you think is overrated or underrated, and then we'll be done.
Overrated, underrated. I think Dallas is vastly overrated. They're not going to be a good team.
Yeah, their point guard plays awful.
Yep.
I agree.
That's the first thing that came to mind. Remember during the draft when they picked Cooper, it was like, oh, this team is sleepy contenders. I'm like, block immediately. That's ridiculous.
I also think they're a little overrated. I think Minnesota's underrated.
Yeah.
I think Minnesota should be getting like second best team in the conference level respect, and they're just not.
That's a strong take.
Ant is killing these dudes in the playoffs every year, man. He's really good. I think
he's only seen Denver once in the playoffs, or no, I guess twice, but
and he beat them. He beat the Denver Nuggets.
He did. A lot of people I talked to at Summer League. Now it was fresh, but a lot of people I talked to at Summer League are picking Denver because of what they did with Cam and JV. Obviously,
I think they are properly rated. I like the Nuggets quite a bit. I think they'll be really good.
No, I agree, but I think people are picking them to like beat the Thunder.
I think it's more likely that Denver's the second best team in the West, but like, give Ant a chance. Give him a chance. So, Ant has yet to be prove me wrong on my like. He'll just get better every year until he dies.
I think you should pick him for MVP then.
Well, no, I'm not going to do that. Okay. He's not better than the best three guys, but he is good. Shane, this was great. I'm not ranking Philly. Oh
wow, you're just abstaining from it. You are doing what I'm doing with Chicago.
It's impossible. Right? It's just
okay. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Like if they're
let me ask you this: is there a chance they finish fourth? Like,
yes, that's what I was about to say. If they are fully healthy, they are like last year. I was like, oh, this team could win the East. Like they still have that same core. They just sucked and were really injured.
But the team that they cannot be worse than no matter what is Brooklyn. Like worst case scenario, they're still better than Brooklyn, right?
Oh, easily. Okay. Having Tyrese Maxey means they're 12th or better.
I'd say having Nick Nurse,
Nick Nurse and a coach who's smart about strategy. Shane, this was awesome. Even without doing the West, we got to 50 minutes. Oops. Where can people find you and the things you say about the NBA and a lot of times the Suns, just because you're there?
Yeah. Oh no. I will push back on you saying I cover the whole league. Not really anymore. Moved here for a reason. Thanks, Tony. I find me on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, at Young NBA, and hell, I might have it Young WNBA for this final series because I never thought I'd be covering the WNBA finals. So can't wait. I hope you get to come out here or jump on a plane.
I did change my handle because I had NBA in it, and I was like, I cover the W too much to still have this.
So those W people, they feel some type of way, like you only like the.
That is true, but it's just like I don't know. It felt wrong. Like I don't want to restrict myself to just the NBA,
right? Even
though. Yes, it is my primary thing. This was great. The Pacers are in camp all week, so there's going to be lots of updates and stuff to talk about. So expect lots of that. They play a preseason game in like 5 days after this comes out, so plenty to get to on the season front as we preview where the standings might land. Follow Shane, read the things he has to say. We'll be back tomorrow on this show talking more Pacers. Till then, everybody, have a wonderful day.